I realised that this was a few days ago and I'm just getting around to catching up. But Facebook bans UK far right groups and leaders. So, for anyone that's not aware, anything that was even closely connected to the far right has now been completely banned from Facebook. People including the Britain First and also Nick Griffin, who looks like a badger with leprosy. But see back whenever I first spoke to Tommy Robinson and I actually did my research into him, and I would get and realised that he's not what the media paint him to be. I wondered to myself, how many people have I been lied about and I completely have the wrong picture of. So I had a look into a few people, and one of the people that I looked into was Nick Griffin, and no, he actually is a piece of shit. He's Holocaust denier, anti-race mixing, anti-gay, basically wants to pass laws against such things, stuff like that. So yeah, Nick Griffin actually is a piece of shit. But he still has the right to be a piece of shit, in my opinion. Facebook has imposed a ban on a dozen far-right individuals and organisations that it says spread hate. The ban includes the British National Party and Nick Griffin, the English Defence League and the National Front. Now, National Front, I've got an understanding of, because I'm pretty sure some of their members actually planned to murder an MP. I don't know if that was National Front or National Action. I can't remember. I hope I'm not getting them mixed up. But, okay, they say some shit things. Okay, they say a lot of stuff that we don't agree with. But banning them isn't going to help. All this has done is push them underground. It's just, honestly, man, stripping people from social media is just so counterproductive. The list also included Britain First, which was already banned, but this latest action will prohibit support for it on any of the US firm services. It said it had taken the action because those involved had proclaimed a violent or hateful mission. Well, what about the Antifa accounts? There are a lot of them on Facebook, and they kind of just get away with it. Individuals and organisations who spread hate or attack or call for the exclusion of others on the basis of who they are have no place on Facebook, the social network added in a statement. The ban includes the British National Party and its ex-leader Nick Griffin, Britain First, its leader Paul Golding and former deputy leader Jada Franson, English Defence League and its founding member Paul Ray, Knights Templar International and its promoter Jim Dowson, I don't actually know who they are, National Front and its leader Tony Martin, and Jack Renshaw, a neo-Nazi who plotted to murder a Labour MP. Yeah, that's the incident I was talking about. Now, the problem is, with these people now being stripped from social media, the only way they can get their message across is in private or in the real world, where it is a lot harder to challenge them. Because, the good thing is, even if this stuff was on display, on social media for the world to see, the comments would be filled with people challenging all of the claims that they're making, which means that anybody that goes on and looks at that can just scroll down and see all of the things proven to the contrary. I realise that a lot of people might disagree with this, but people don't like to just go out and follow incorrect information or incorrect ideologies. Again, hashtag not all, right? But most people don't do that. Most people don't willingly follow incorrect information. It's just that the problem is the far right, their primary recruiting tool is convincing people that they are under attack. They're under attack. You're under attack for your culture. You're under attack for your race. You're under attack because you're white. And when social media, who the far right have already convinced that all of social media, all of the media is run by Jews, it's the secret Zionist plot and all this stuff. They've already managed to convince people of that. So when that exact same media come after them and start to censor them all, that only feeds into the narrative of the Jews are coming after us, right? So basically, whenever social media ban far-right accounts, all they're doing is helping them recruit. It's clever. It is clever. It's clever what they've done. Their main recruiting tool is convincing people that they're under attack. So what they do is whenever they become under attack, they are very, 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 very skilled at pushing it to their advantage and basically going, see, we're right, we are under attack. Our point has been proven. You know, it was the same as when they made Holocaust denial illegal by law. That all the far right did was just went, see, that just proves it's fake. Like, they are very, very good at that. A spokesman for Facebook clarified that it would now be done. What would now be done to the pages with the groups and individuals had run on its site. All those names would be prevented from having a presence on any Facebook service. Which means, if they want to discuss things or discuss their points, they would host private events. They would just host private events. The exact same way that me and Sargon do. Whenever me and Sargon do a show, we don't tell anybody where the venue is. We ticket holders, we email them the venue the night before the show. And we don't get protested, we don't get challenged. Now, it would be nice to be able to have a back and forth with everyone, like what Sargon's doing now. He's going around and having chats with people, which is good, very, very healthy. But the problem is, there are arsehole 10%ers. I like using this term. It counts for both sides. 90% of the left wing and 90% of the right wing are quite reasonable. But each wing has its 10%, the people who are the screechers that cause all of the problems. So our problem is we would get 10%ers who would turn up at our events and want to fight people, throw things, threaten the venue, threaten the event goers, all that type of stuff. You get them on both sides. And to avoid that, if people wanted to come up and just protest, then that'd be fine. Protesting is a right. But a lot of people come up just because they want to be violent. So for our safety and for the safety of the event goers, we had to do these guerrilla style events. And it's worked out good for us because now it's a case of we don't get challenged at all. The far right are going to do this too. They're going to be able to have their whole events where they basically just get to sit on stage to a crowd full of people, tell them their views and not get challenged on it. Echo chamber. Echo chamber, and an echo chamber is one of the biggest things that can lead to further radicalisation. In addition to praise and support for the groups, unnamed individuals would no longer be allowed. That's a massive, massive, massive breach of freedom of speech. Massive. That's fucking hellish, that. Okay, I don't agree with it. No, I don't agree with any of their points. But that's pretty goddamn authoritarian. The ban was long overdue, said MP Yvette Cooper, chair of the Home Affairs Select Committee. Of course, it's MPs cheering it on. They're some of the biggest fucking authoritarians out there, not realising they're shooting themselves in the fucking foot. For too long, social media companies have been facilitating extremist and hateful content online and profiting from the poison. I am pretty goddamn certain that none of this shit was monetised. Pretty goddamn certain of that. They have particularly failed on far-right extremism as they don't have the same coordination systems for platforms to work together as they do on Islamist extremism. So, you know, this this is the problem. MPs are fucking idiots and they have absolutely no idea how this shit works. For example, they think, oh, let's bring in more laws that prosecute people for hate speech. Right. The hate speech laws do nothing to cure racism. Nothing. All it does is it teaches people to hide it. The war on hate speech is the same as the war on drugs. People are just going to go further and further underground with it, and it will always be there. Like, I've spoken to people who, you know, genuine racists who did shout racist things at minorities, and they got charged under hate speech laws. Every single one of them that I have spoken to, when I asked them the question, did being arrested and being charged make you rethink your stance and make you become less or non-racist? And they all answered, no, it made me even more racist. Because the basis for racism is victimhood itself. How come this group of people are getting stuff that I'm not getting? I'm a native to this country. How come these people are getting special laws to protect them? Better housing, better benefits, etc., etc., better respect in the media, more protections, and all that type of stuff. Now, those things feed directly into making people racists. How come they get this, but I don't get this? And then that gets reinforced with stereotypes being put onto the minorities and all that type of stuff as well. People will then basically look for reasons to hate them, and the far right will be able to fucking espouse all that now, because they'll be able to do private events on their own platforms and nobody will be able to challenge them. Because you've done this. Nobody will be able to bloody challenge them now. Stuff like this only makes the far right grow even more. They have a particular... I've already read that. Miss Cooper said the measures were a necessary first step and should be strengthened by independent regulation and financial penalties for firms that were sluggish to remove material. This is these fucking stupid MPs not realising how the internet works. There is so much content that gets uploaded onto the internet that it is literally fucking impossible. There are not enough human beings on Earth to screen all of this content. We all know the appalling consequences there can be if hateful, violent and illegal content is allowed to proliferate. This current action, said Facebook, went further than the restrictions placed on Britain First last year when its official pages were removed for breaking the site's community standards. The latest move comes soon after Facebook said it would block praise, support and representation of white nationalism and separatism on its main app and Instagram. Some controversial figures such as Tommy Robinson are already subject to bans on the network. Don't agree with white nationalism and separatism, but they have the right to voice their opinions, just the same as everybody else has the right to voice their opinions against it. This is the thing that I do not get. See, if there is an ideology that you do not like, then debate against it. Don't turn around to corporations and the government go, no, please, 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 can you do something about this? Because I'm too lazy and weak to do it myself. I can't believe I need to keep saying this. If you want a better world, then put the work in yourself. Stop giving the government and corporations more power so that they can do it for you. Because, trust me, they are not always going to be on your side. Giving these people this type of power will these are people that lust for power. These are people that want power. And you're just handing it over to them because you're too lazy to take care of the problem yourself.